Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jesse Thomas. It's 11:30 and this is CTV News. Tonight, flight fallout. The turbulence isn't over, but the strike is. WestJet workers get back to work after the long weekend labor dispute. Then, arrest made in province-wide manhunt. Some question why no alert was issued. And communicating through a keyboard tattoo. One mother plans, shows how she's inspiring, hopefully others.
Live from our Maritime's News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Jesse Thomas.
Good evening. The fallout from WestJet's one-day strike continues. The airline says operations have resumed, but many Canadians and Maritimers are still stranded, waiting to be put on new flights. CTV's Vanessa Wright has more.
Frustration is boiling over and patience is running thin.
I'm traveling with 5 people, and being able to rebook has been a nightmare to get a hold of anyone from WestJet.
The airline and its flight attendants have ended their labor dispute, but as they work to get things up and running, some passengers feel left in the dark. Candace Brunton is trying to get home to Regina.
Couldn't get through online, through the app, or the phones. They hadn't rebooked us, and finally this afternoon we finally secured a flight home.
And she's one of the lucky ones. Others are still left in limbo, including dozens of New Brunswick scouts and scout leaders stranded in Copenhagen.
Mine and 12 other people, so a block of 13, were just canceled altogether. I have no ticket. I have no way to get home.
This couple was supposed to return to Miramichi this morning, but was forced to extend their vacation getaway in Lisbon.
We received an email from WestJet saying that our flight was going to be canceled and that we should receive an itinerary within 2 hours, which we did not.
They secured 2 more nights at their Lisbon hotel as they wait for next steps.
Nothing sent to say that your accommodations are going to be covered, nothing to help out with meals, nothing. So I'm really, really surprised that they're leaving Canadians stranded all over the world, really.
WestJet declined our request for an interview, but told CTV Atlantic in a statement they're resuming operations and entering the recovery phase following a labor disruption. Flights have begun to operate. However, the impacts of the disruption continue as the airline works to restore its network. The airline says people should check the status of their flight before heading to the airport.
If they're not flying, then why aren't they trying to put us with another air carrier? At least communicate with us. Give us some type of, we're here, we're looking after you. But they're really not. They're just leaving us, everybody, to fetch for themselves.
Vanessa Wright, CTV News.
The price at the gas pumps in Nova Scotia will change at midnight tonight. The Nova Scotia Energy Board says the price of both diesel and gas fuel will be adjusted. It says the change is due to a significant shift in the marketplace. Now, a Nova Scotia man wanted on a province-wide warrant was arrested in the woods in New Brunswick today, thanks in part to some vigilant action from some local residents. But some are left wondering why there wasn't an alert-ready message sent by police. CTV's Derek Haggett has the story.
Wood Point is a very small, quiet place, but there was plenty of excitement here today.
Yeah, my hands have been shaking all day.
Yeah, get your adrenaline going for sure, but hey, you never know what's going to happen when you live out in the country, right?
Very scary moment.
Police arrested Jared Wade Patrickin mid-morning. A warrant for his arrest had been issued in Nova Scotia last week. The 38-year-old is facing several charges, including sexual assault and assaulting a police officer. About a dozen local residents assisted the RCMP.
I told him, give it up. It looks like you had enough. He was tired out. I imagine he put in 3 pretty bad days around here with the mosquitoes and the heat. He wanted some water. I told him I'd give him some water if he stopped running.
Bianca Sprague spotted the suspect at the end of her driveway around 9:30 and called police. Social media posts warn residents a suspect was on the loose in the area, and photos of a man were circulated online.
I left Toronto because I was tired of gunshots and, this stuff happens all the time. And I just picked this really quiet little corner of New Brunswick.
Bianca Sprague is wondering why the RCMP didn't issue an alert warning for a fugitive on the loose in the area. Many people following the situation on community Facebook pages are wondering the same thing. The New Brunswick RCMP tells CTV News the incident did not meet the criteria for an alert-ready message.
Absolutely, there should have been an alert. There's so many people I know that went down hiking this past weekend in Rockport, and they didn't know anything about it.
As of late this afternoon, no further details were provided by the Nova Scotia RCMP. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Wood Point, New Brunswick.
And motorists in Halifax will soon have another major road construction project to get around. Next week, inbound lanes on a section of Bayers Road will be shut down until 2028. As CTV's Jonathan McGuinness tells us tonight, it's all to expand dedicated bus lanes.
For the next 2 years, motorists heading onto Halifax's peninsula along Bayers Road will have a decision to make on how to get around another construction project.
I think there will be disruptions.
Work to widen the stretch between Connaught Avenue and Windsor Street will be closed to inbound traffic. Outbound traffic will not be affected.
This section of Bayers Road will have a total of 4 lanes. 2 of those on the inside will be for general traffic, 1 in each direction. And on the curb side, there will be dedicated bus lanes.
That will connect with bus lanes already in place on the other section of Bayers Road. Transportation professor Ashan Habib hopes the city continues to expand bus lanes.
It needs to extend it far beyond the current plan to connecting to the Scotia Square area, downtown core.
But that is down the road a few years. So with 40,000 motorists using Bayers Road every day, right now residents on side streets are concerned about increased traffic through their neighborhoods.
I don't know what we can do. It would be nice if we had a couple of speed bumps.
City officials say they're working with the contractor on a traffic plan that will hopefully keep vehicles off of small streets.
We are certainly trying to make sure that the vast majority of traffic follows the marked detour route that goes on the more major routes through the peninsula.
The project is costing a little more than $17.5 million and coincides with major work being done on the Windsor Street Exchange. Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Halifax.
And keeping in Nova Scotia, Irving Shipbuilding is putting money into more welding and metal fabrication training in the province. The company is giving the Nova Scotia Community College $3.2 million to modernize and grow the school's capacity. 20 new welding booths will be created at the school's Akerley campus in Dartmouth, alongside a new state-of-the-art metal fabricating gear.
It's always changing. There's new technologies that are coming with the River-class destroyers that are being built at Irving right now. And there will be even newer technology, very complex technology, with the submarines that are to arrive in the 2030s.
These purpose-built facilities, combined with the support and guidance all of you provide, give students the best possible opportunity to succeed as they learn and develop. Your work and these resources are building the future of Canada's marine industry, and I'm proud of the results delivered by Nova Scotia Community College through our long-term partnership.
And the welding and metal fabrication shops will now be named after Irving Shipbuilding. The company is a major contractor for Canada's new, as you heard there, warship fleet. A major milestone was marked over the weekend for one of our region's most recognizable structures, and CTV's Nick Moore was there and makes the link in this report.
It has stood as a symbol representing New Brunswick over the span of 125 years, and it holds just as much of a place in the hearts of many. For Shauna Bontier, the world's longest covered bridge linking Hartland and Somerville across the St. John River is a symbol of how her parents fell in love.
My dad lived on that side of the bridge, and my mom lived on that side of the bridge. And I might cry here, sorry, but my mom passed away last year. But when they were first dating, this is the bridge that they would have to cross to see each other.
Bontier returned to Hartland over the long weekend along with her father for events marking the bridge's 125th anniversary.
For us to come all the way from Ontario was like super meaningful. There's a lot of nostalgia coming back here.
It was my means of transportation to Hartland all of the days of my growing up.
Vehicles were blocked from the bridge, allowing for a church service, suppers, and market to take over. A new decorative archway as you enter the bridge from Hartland was installed just a few days ago.
It shows two communities coming together to build a bridge in 1901, which is exactly what happened because before they were using ferries and ice bridges.
An ice jam caused significant damage to the bridge in April 1920.
Took out two of the western spans and one pier. But remember, they are all made of wood, the piers included. So that's when they decided to cover the bridge.
That happened by 1922, with a pedestrian walkway added in 1945. In recent years, there's been several extended closures for vehicles on the bridge, including one from earlier this year, which lasted about 6 months, allowing for work to replace wooden boards and repair the pedestrian walkway.
They say that that's as good a shape as it'll ever be right now, so we're hoping it's not going to be closed again too soon.
A true trademark of the community, connecting people here for 125 years. Nick Moore, CTV News, Hartland.
Get the Maritime's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
And still to come tonight, Kalen's full forecast. But next, skin cancer is now known as the most common cancer out there.
I think it's really important to be able to detect these earlier and just be able to triage it.
The Halifax dermatologist is taking it to the streets with a new pilot to get tests for skin cancer earlier. That story coming up.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter.
10 questions, 60 seconds. If you know all the answers, you're winning $1,000.
We play $1,000 Minute every weekday at 7 a.m.
Welcome back. While there are many different types, we know that skin cancer is the most common cancer out there. And as CTV's Callum Smith reports, a Halifax dermatologist hopes a new pilot project will help get faster treatment for urgent cases.
An action-packed weekend on the Halifax waterfront, but against the backdrop of festivities and fun is a new and temporary point for healthcare.
It's called SPOT, which is suspicious photo overview and triage of lesions, which means that what we're trying to do is examine any spot or lesion that a patient might have.
Nova Scotia and PEI have been leading the country in melanoma rates, something Bill McKinnon knows all too well.
I had it once. I had a piece cut out of my chest there, and I got 4 brothers that also had some melanoma, so I thought this would be a good chance to get a checkup.
That's one of the reasons Dr. Richard Langley developed SPOT with medical students. Aside from primary care access challenges, there's also long wait times for referrals as a lineup formed before the clinic opened.
I think it's really important to be able to detect these earlier and just be able to triage it, and if you do have that, be able to see a physician sooner.
The SPOT team photographs lesions and captures a dermoscopic image to magnify and see beneath the skin. The results will be reviewed by a dermatologist, and patients are directed for follow-up.
That dissonance of like time being the factor of life, where someone can have a full life or have a few years of life, it really brings to perspective why initiatives like this are important.
And leaning on AI to see if that can help with diagnoses, bridging the care gap one photo at a time.
I think it's super great. I think everybody should probably get, if they got any marks or moles or anything like that, they're not sure if get the, you know, it's free. I mean, it's right there. There's no waiting time here to this one.
If you have something that's new, that's changing, that looks atypical, it's got asymmetry, irregular border, different colors, large diameter, it's evolving, change is the most important. That's something that's worthy of being checked. And the sooner you do it, the better.
The SPOT program hopes to launch in some pharmacies in the coming weeks as part of another pilot. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
And time for a quick break, but when we return, your complete maritime weather forecast. It's going to be a hot week. Kalen's back with all the information you need to know. Oh, welcome back. Meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell joins us now, and Kaylin's got you covered no matter where you're watching from in the Maritimes.
That's right.
And how are things looking? It was a beautiful day today.
It is going to be a scorching hot first week of August for the Maritime region. We're going to talk about why that is. We get into our weather systems map. So first of all, we did have a weather front that crossed the Maritimes Monday into very early Tuesday morning. Was lucky to have that front. Did bring in some needed rain and showers, and also lowered the humidity levels a little bit. Boy, was it humid on the Monday across the region. Now in behind that, there is this ridge of high pressure, and that comes along with the ridge in the jet stream as well. And there is a lot of hot weather bottled up underneath this ridge, and that ridge is headed eastward towards us here in the Maritimes and Atlantic to Canada. Because of that, we now have heat warnings that have been issued for all 3 maritime provinces. Now, all the way through Friday, a lot of high temperatures are going to be getting up into the 30s with humidex values, making it feel mid to high 30s, some around the low 40s. And the overnights are going to be pretty warm as well, with a lot of low temperatures, 15 to 20 degrees. Taking a look at our forecast timeline for cloud cover and precipitation. Tonight is a very clear, very warm night for the region. Not a lot going on as far as precipitation goes. In the forecast for tomorrow, it is going to be a sunny and hot day, and then basically we're going to rinse and repeat over the next couple of days. Taking a look at winds in the forecast for tonight, they do remain a little bit on the breezy side. If you're out there tonight, you're going to notice that wind. It will still have some gusts between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour, mostly out of the west. Tomorrow's winds remain out of the west for New Brunswick and much of mainland Nova Scotia, with some gusts between 20 and 40, a bit more to the northwest for Prince Edward Island, eastern areas of Nova Scotia, including Cape Breton. And for those areas, a little bit gustier during the day for tomorrow as well, with some of the gusts coming up between 30 and 50. But it is nice to have a bit of a wind to stir around this very hot air that we're going to have in place. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight. So for most of New Brunswick, the lows will fall between 14 and 20 degrees. Miramichi there, that should be a 20, not a 30. You'll be up into the 30s for your high temperature tomorrow. 20 degrees for Summerside and Charlottetown for tonight, and for Nova Scotia, low temperatures of around 60 to 20 degrees. Here's your high temperatures for tomorrow. And Miramichi, I am watching for you to be one of the hottest spots in the Maritimes on Wednesday. I've got a high right now near 35 in the forecast, 31 at Grand Falls, 32 at Perth Andover, 34 for Fredericton for tomorrow, and for Moncton in the southeast, close to 28 degrees for St. John, as well as for Grand Manan. Prince Edward Island on Wednesday, sunny, hot day. Most of the highs up between 28 and 32 degrees with that little bit of a blustery northwest wind. Cape Breton for tomorrow, most of the high temperatures will be around the mid to high 20s. It'll be low 30s for communities on the north shore of mainland Nova Scotia. On the eastern shore, most of the high temperatures between 28 and 32. 29 for Amherst for tomorrow, 30 for Truro, 31 for the city centers, Halifax and Dartmouth. The Annapolis Valley, hot day, high temperatures near 31, 27 for Digby. And on the south shore of Nova Scotia, most of the highs between 28 and 32, though coastal areas right in the southwest a little bit more moderate, so Yarmouth close to 24. Taking a look at the extended forecast, beginning first with New Brunswick. So there's that heat wave extending all the way into and through Friday. And then a weather front in the weekend comes in with a chance of showers, risk of thunderstorms, may bring temperatures down a few degrees. Still looks like it's going to be pretty warm to start off next week before temperatures moderate a little bit more on Tuesday. For Nova Scotia in the forecast, very sunny, hot weather carries on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. After that, the front on the weekend brings a chance of showers and a risk of thunderstorms, knocks temperatures down a few degrees with it. Mix of sun and cloud follows for Monday of next week, and Tuesday, mix of sun and cloud. And for Prince Edward Island, you're going to get your fill of summer heat as we make our way all the way through Friday. High temperatures, low 30s for good portion of the province, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Chance of showers, risk of thunderstorms on the weekend, and a mix of sun and cloud Monday and Tuesday. Jesse.
All right, sunny and hot. Thanks for that, Kaylin. We'll take a short break now, but stay with us. We've got more news on the other side.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
And a Fredericton mother has found a permanent way to communicate with her nonverbal son through a tattoo. And a video of him using it has gained over 1 million likes online. CTV's Anna Mandan spoke with the mother and reports on why her tattoo means her son can now whisper.
C-A-R, car.
It may seem novel, but this keyboard tattoo is opening up a world of communication for Jessica Fletcher and her 11-year-old nonverbal son, Hunter.
When we remove communication barriers, we're giving non-speakers the chance to show us who they really are.
Hunter is autistic and until last month communicated almost entirely through a virtual communication device. But that all changed when the device died while they were at a restaurant.
I got a piece of paper and I wrote the alphabet, and he kind of got a little frustrated. He flipped it over and started writing the keyboard, and he fake typed on the keyboard to tell me what he wanted to eat.
Inspired by that interaction, she wanted to make sure he had that access everywhere, like at a splash pad where technology may not be suitable.
That sparked the idea for me that I can't limit him to technology because technology does fail us.
That decision is having a big impact. A video on her keyboard tattoo has gained over 1.5 million likes. She's now partnered with a local business to create shirts with keyboards on the sleeve.
Students at his school want shirts with it on the sleeve so he can talk to them on the playground and be able to whisper and tell secrets.
That's garnering positive feedback nationwide. Maddie Dever has autism, is the parent of 4 autistic young adults, and chairs the National Autism Network. Dever says alternative forms of communication are important for nonverbal people.
So many people, when they're given the avenue that works, oh my God, we find out how intelligent these kids are.
As for Hunter, his mom says the tattoo has another benefit.
He has the ability to talk to me in secret, which is very important for his autonomy as an individual.
Forming a permanent connection between mother and son. Anna Mandan, CTV News, Fredericton.
All right, time now for one last break, but coming up, amid all the trade and political tensions, 2 border towns show us how you can still get along. But up first, your wake-up weather. Kaylin Mitchell is back with what you need to know for a hot morning. Stick around.
Wednesday on Your Morning Atlantic, cheering on our athletes. The Special Olympics Canada Summer Games are coming up in Alberta. We'll chat with some Maritimers ahead of the competition.
Start your morning with us Wednesday on Your Morning Atlantic on CTV2 and Crave.
All right, let's see how your Wednesday morning is shaping up. Kaylin is back now with everything you need to know as you head out the door. Hey, Kaylin.
Very sunny, very warm Wednesday morning, Jesse. Most early morning temperatures will already be in the high teens and low 20s. And from there, those temperatures soar into and through the afternoon. Sunny and hot Wednesday afternoon. Most highs for the Maritimes will be up into the high 20s and low 30s. And this won't be the last of the hot weather. Again, looks like it's going to be extending all the way into Friday of this week. Jesse.
All right, thanks for that, Kaylin. Now, as Canada and the U.S. continue to navigate an often rocky and strained trade relationship, 2 communities along the Canada-U.S. border are once again coming together to focus on something else, its long-standing friendship. The 53rd International Homecoming Festival returns to St. Stephen, New Brunswick and Calais, Maine on Wednesday and will run until Sunday. An opening ceremony handshake happens between the mayors of both towns. That'll officially kick off the festival tomorrow.
So the theme for 2026 is Through the Years. It's sort of an idea about going back in time, and people could think about all the themes that have happened in the festival since 53 years.
This weekend will also include a parade which will maneuver its way through both communities and then culminate with a fireworks show over the St. Croix River, which was visible from both those towns. All right, that's a look at your late night news. Just a reminder, if you've tuned in late or if you'd like a second look at any of our stories, you can always find them on our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. It's your home for news. I'm Jesse Thomas. Thanks for staying up with us. We'll see you back here again tomorrow night. Good night, everyone.